I am I am recording right now, and we'll get started. So, I wanted to run through a few things. Hopefully, everybody can see my screen. Type of one in the chat if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we see it.
Perfect. So, I kind of want to know what you guys had questions on, anything that I've shared that you want a clarification on, anything you've been struggling with. You can run through that stuff first, and I'll run through some pretty fundamental stuff that I've been as far as my system that's been working for me. So I've been trading, background. I've been trading for I knew about Forex for about 6 years, but I haven't only been trading for like 2 years total. So, I've learned quite a bit. I have experience from I have a friend who's a six-figure trader who's personally mentoring me right now. So I know a little bit, but I feel like I'm a baby in this still. So, but with this system, I'm trying to get it down to where, um, it's bulletproof almost. Obviously, in the market, nothing's guaranteed, and you'll have losses, and past profits don't guarantee future gains. But you want to have like a 80 to 90%, like an 80% win rate if possible. So, if you guys have any questions, feel free. You can go ahead and ask them now in the chat, or you can go ahead and unmute yourself. So I'm just kind of going to look at your stuff here real quick.
This is Bruce. I noticed the TP1 don't close on its own.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, I noticed that too. So this is what I do. As far as that goes, what I'll do is I'll put a stop loss in. You can put a take profit in, but it's not necessarily like what I like to do is just monitor it. I know there's certain people that can't monitor their trades, which I advise you if you're scalping, like try to monitor it and like just wait for the trade to be over. Or you know what I'm saying? If you absolutely can't, put your stop loss and take profit in. And what I'll do is if the take profit that you set, say you do the one click tool, right? And it puts your take profit in. What I would do is bring it down a little bit, like to the I don't know if you can see it. Like say this is my take profit right here. Because this is the next high, this is the low, and this is the high. So I'll just bring it down a little bit lower so I'll make sure, because I don't know if you know, but market has to go past your take profit level. Like it has to go, in order for it to get hit, it has to go past your take profit level to take you out of the trade in order for that order to be filled. So that's why a lot of times you won't get taken out of the trade. So, but my solution personally, I just wait. I just monitor the trade on my NT4 on my phone, and then I just get out. So, I know a lot. Somebody said that kind of takes away from the statistics of the trade, but for me, it's not. I mean, the important thing is like, taking your profit and getting out of the market as soon as possible, because at any moment it can turn around. Now, if you want to let it run, what I do, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, I will take partial profits, which I'm sure a lot of people have done before. I wish I had the NT4 on my phone to show you how to take partial profits and the market was open, but take partial profits, you just close the trade, and when you go to close the trade, you lower the lot size to like half your lot size that you open the trade with, and then half your position is still open. And then from there, what I do is I move my take profit to my stop loss, to break even. So that way, either way it goes, I'm risk free in the trade. Like I've taken my profit, I got a position running, but if it goes completely against me, takes me out the trade, I don't lose anything. So, and you can do that as well. Like if you're in profit, you're so far in profit, you can move it to a place of, to where you are, where the market is. So it can, if it retraces a little bit, it'll take you out in profit. So if you had any more questions about that, let me know. But does that kind of help a little bit?
Yeah, can you do it from the laptop too, or you have to be on your phone?
If you got NT5 on your laptop, you can do it on your laptop. With the laptop, all you do is just, you see the trade will be running down here, and then you just close it out. You just close it out, and then it'll take you to like another window that says close, and then you can close your whole position or partial position. I don't really close partial profits on my computer much, but it's pretty easy to do on the phone. So, but I know you can do it on the computer too as well. Just got to mess around with it. I wish the market was open. It's kind of hard to
Yeah.
do. Market isn't open, but we'll make do.
And then another thing I've been noticing is the stop loss is huge compared to the profit. So you can hit one stop loss and wipe out 4 wins.
Yeah, but honestly, man, like what I've seen, because I just recently brought my stop loss to conservative. I haven't seen my stop loss keep getting hit very often. Like, so say I get stopped out on one trade or one or two trades throughout the week, like those losses are not enough to like really not make me to take away from a lot of my profits during the week. So I don't know if you've been having that problem when you've been getting stopped out a lot. In that case, you might have to adjust your settings a little bit, but you do like that's what you want. Like I was just listening to some one of my mentors. He was talking about um, you want to give price because I mean the market is so volatile. You want to give price that room to move, and to move back and forth and have that breathing room because price could go all the way up to almost because this is what happened on me and Christopher Dennis. We're pretty cool and we trade together a lot. But on gold yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I lost that trade, but I almost didn't. Like that a price moved all the way up to stop loss. Like if I would have had my stop loss buffered a little bit, it wouldn't have took me out the trade. But since it was like since it was like right next to the high, it touched the high, price went all the way up to that high, stopped me out and came right back down on the profit. So that's why it's important. Like we don't know if that's gonna happen. The price could just keep going the other way on you. But there's a lot of times where price will do that. That's why you want to have that breathing room. So if you're wrong, like if you're wrong in a trade, then you're just all the way wrong. Like, and then some people would like to just, if I'm wrong, just take me out the trade, out the stop loss immediately. But I'm not necessarily like that. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I had I trust my skill set enough and I trust the system enough also, to be able to get me in the right trade. So hopefully that helps. But price both swings are, they're so volatile, especially on like pairs like gold and Bitcoin. As you see, I have a lot of those volatile pairs on here. Silver, where's silver at? Silver and NASDAQ. I took Ethereum off because the commission was horrible. But yeah, those type of pairs you would definitely want to have conservative if nothing else. And then GDP pairs also they move a lot. Like they have more bang for your buck. They can be volatile as well. So hopefully that helps. I mean, obviously you can play with the settings a little bit. And like I said, I'll bring my settings up again for you guys so you can see. But you can just kind of test it out for yourself and see what works better. I've seen though with the moderate, with conservative stop loss, you have smaller lot sizes. And I don't know, it just fits more for me. Like it just seems to work for some reason. So on gold I got 5%. I don't know, I might change that, but oh, this isn't my settings. I'm sorry guys. I have my settings saved. These are my settings here. Sorry. So I got frequency, medium, I got volume, aggressive, I got stop loss, conservative, which we were just talking about, and everything else pretty much the same as far as I know. I do, like I said, we got 100% close on TP, but that you see that doesn't really happen. Now this is important. I got single trade That's what Mike was talking about, and I've seen that work. It's been working out pretty well for me. So as far as getting the trade, the signals, there's two things with that. You don't get as many buy and sell signals, like, so it's not as confusing. Um, so it seems that you get the signals with the trend, and it seems to be more successful, more less losses with the single trade. So something with that. I don't necessarily remember exactly what you were saying with it, but all I know is it has been working for me. So and that's that. If you need the settings again, let me know. I can definitely get those to you. And also, I don't know if anybody has any questions, feel free to just blurt out and ask, or just type it in the chat. But um, I'm just kind of talking right now. The 15, what I've seen is the 15-minute works well for me. Let me minimize my views alerts real quick. The 15-minute has been working well, simply because on the 5-minute you can get lost in the sauce real quick. Like the 5-minute is literally like it's you can, when you get the signals, like it could be a buy, it could be a sell, like I was talking about, but 15-minute, on the higher time frames, you want to be you definitely want to be looking at those, because it's giving you the bigger picture. Obviously, when you go higher in time frame, you're getting more of the bigger picture and more accurate, more of an accurate signal, because it's longer. Like you're literally getting a full 15 minutes of the last, the candle. So I have 15 minutes, I have the hour. Obviously, I'm going through the time frames and seeing the win rates, but I've seen a lot of my 15-minute pairs they're pretty decent. Like they're almost 80%, if not 80%. Um, as you see, I don't know why that didn't do that. I thought I had this one on here already. If they're not, and most of my pairs are, if they're not 80%, they're close to very close to like 77 or something like that. See, so boom, 79%, 78.6, 74. That's a little, it's a little low, but I don't really trade silver that much. 77, Bitcoin 80.6%. GPR, one of my favorite pairs to study. It's 77.8%. GBP JPY 79.5%. GBP GU 79.4%. Another one of my favorite pairs. EG, I don't really do too much with that, but that's at 80%. Euro, I don't do too much with that as well. It's another one of those that didn't. I don't see why it came up there. It didn't come up there. 80%, as you see, 78%, US 30, 79.4, NAS 76. I don't really do too much with NAS anymore, but so yeah. Anybody
Okay.
else have any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when you're going to start a new trade, you wait for the last candle before the 15 minutes starts again, right? And that's when you make the determination. So it's every 15 minutes that you're looking at your pairs to see whether you go in or not, or are you taking what the computer gives you, the entry, the stop loss, and the TP?
Yep. So I'm doing a one click. As soon as the signal comes through, it should be like the next candle. Like it should be the next 15-minute candle.
Okay.
And I've started to see, like, when I look at my emails, every signal is like 15 minutes apart. So yeah, because
Right. So when the 14 minutes is about to end, you click off the algo, you click on the 15 minutes, and you look at the new signal.
Yes, and it should come through while as I gotta look at that, but it should come through around the same time, like the same time when a new candle is starting. It should, basically when that candle's closing, because that should be in the settings. When the candle closes, a new signal is sent out, and then you can take it.
Can you do one on Bitcoin quickly? I mean, Bitcoin is open, so can we look at that one?
Actually, I can try, but I don't think, no, Bitcoin, I just found out the other week that Sapphire does not have Bitcoin 24/7 for some reason.
Oh, it doesn't have it during the weekend. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed about that because I'm used to trading crypto, 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking into that. We still are looking into a few people looking into asking if they can offer that. So that's why I said we need to do another one of these when the market is open, so we can, someone I don't know if it was Katia, but she was suggesting we take a couple live trades, which I'm down with that. We can
Yes,
do a poll,
absolutely.
see who's interested in that. But yeah, we can definitely probably do that as well.
Yeah, we could do Zoom call around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Yeah, I mean, my mentor, he does live trade sessions too. So
Yeah.
that's the best way to do it because that's where the liquidity is. If you're in London session, New York session. I'm just trying to make sure we have we get all the questions answered on the statistical school tool. I was gonna actually show you guys some fundamental stuff on the trading view chart to look for just briefly because it's a whole bunch you can go into and it's a lot of stuff you don't necessarily have to do, but just some stuff is good to actually know. Like I said, just knowing that bigger picture, knowing where you are in the market, because the market is so complex and like it. I trust the bot to do what it's doing as far as the system. But you can also, as far as navigating when to get in and out of a trade also, and to take your losses and to take profit and all that different type of stuff. That is, the bot isn't necessarily going to do that for you. It will take profit at the levels that it's set, but there is a way you can avoid a heavy drawdown just by taking profit and knowing where you are. And also trading with the trend is what I've seen, obviously. The trend is your friend, as they say, as a cliche in most Forex, Forex gurus say that all the time, but it's the truth, So.
Right. I usually, what I do is once I enter a trade, I put a very high stop loss. And then as my trade is going into profit, usually 10 pips, I trail it with my stop loss. Like I minimize it. And I usually take in the account of the broker and then give myself one extra pip. And I wait till it gets down to 15 or 20 pips. And then I usually close it because it could reverse on you extremely quick, especially gold.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't want to lose the trade. And I know what you say about, cutting your loss, like if you go in at $1, you make it 50 cents or whatever. But I trail it. I really do.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the right way to do it. And I'm glad you said 15, 20 pips because that's what my mentor teaches me.
15 to 20 pips, 15 to 20 pips.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot. Definitely. You're not necessarily always trying to hit a home run and catch 50 pips every trade.
No, because you always get the pullback. And people don't understand that in order to really make money, the market has to pull back. People just want to do snipe entries and they do, they do run very positive when they do. But there's always a pullback, and you become fearful of the pullback. I never let it go to my entry, a pullback. I'll take 50 cents if I have to, but I've seen it reverse and go up 200 points. I've been like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I've been that guy and been in the trade for drawdown for days and thinking it's gonna come back. Nah, bro, it's not coming back. You get out the trade.
Ooh, let me tell you a story. I was trading one time with Kathleen Kirkland. I don't know if you guys know who Kathleen Kirkland is, but she is a pastor here in Texas, and she is a multi-millionaire. Okay. And
they were doing. My mom trades with her. That's funny.
Oh, okay. So you know who she is. All right. Yeah. So she called out a trade, and I had about $2,000 in my account, and she called a trade on US 30. Wow. She called it a buy. And guys, when I tell you, it went down within seconds. And I came close to $300 to get wiped out. I don't know how the broker didn't just wipe me out. He was very nice to me. And the only reason that I didn't lose that blow that account was because I was selling as it was going down little bits at a time, because you never know what the bottom is. And then within 4 hours, I remember crying in the bathroom and I said, well, God, I said, if you don't want me to trade anymore, this just blow my account and this will be it. And slowly and surely it started to go up.
Wow.
And I
I need to
actually
try that.
made,
Lord, make the market move in my favor.
oh my God, it went complete. I actually was down, I'll tell you right now, I have a
Wow.
picture of it, 5,350 pips.
My God. Wow.
And I made 87 cents when it finally went into buy. I mean, I made more because I was selling it as it was going down because I needed to recover. But never again. That was the last time I ever traded with her.
Wow. That's insane. So what happened? Like, I don't know. I don't know this. I don't know her, so I don't know how she.
She's
does
good.
her analysis, but like, why? Like, how does she like do her? Like, how does she make call her trades based off what analysis? Like,
She does the cloud. I know that Debbie Allen does the pivots, but she does the cloud, and she does.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the pivots, and I'm glad you said that because I'm gonna go ahead and share something else. But yeah, that cloud, I'm not a big fan, honestly.
No. Now, do you use any indicators on your chart?
Yeah, so perfect, definitely a perfect timing on that because I'm actually about to share that right now. So, you were talking about the pivots. Here's the pivots right here, and I obviously got to explain some of this stuff, but don't pay attention to this. This is it's helpful, but it's called the market cipher indicator. I don't really use it that much. It's actually it can be helpful, but you see, you don't necessarily have to do support resistance like I do it, but it literally it takes me 15 minutes to mark up my charts now because I know what I'm looking for. So indicators I don't use a lot. I just use I use support resistance. I use trend lines. This is gold on the 4 hour. And as you can see, I that those pivots line up with the support and resistance lines very well. And so I look at there's a couple things I'll look at, and I don't get all off into it because I don't necessarily need to with the system. But so I do the trend lines, mark up my trend lines wherever I need to. I'll do a outer trend line here, and then I'll do an inner trend line if it calls fit for it. And I can wait for a break of a trend line and wait for price to come, basically to come to me. So what happens if the hour or something like or hour 15-minute breaks the trend line, I'm in, normally. And normally around that time I'm getting a signal on the system. So because I've realized I haven't even looked at this sometimes, and then I'll take the signal on the system, and then lo and behold, there's a bounce off support and resistance line, or there's a trend line break. So it literally coincides together like with the market, So and then so what I was talking about as far as this little box here, I'll show you. This is better. I think I can get a better chart for this. Hold on one second. I want to get a chart. All right, you know what? Let's start fresh.
I was just gonna say you want to take everything off and just start it from lesson one.
Fresh. Yeah.
And in English.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'll just bring up another chart. So I'm taking this off real quick. Pivot, boom. And just so like an example, I'll do something like this, for example, real quick. I'll go back and then I'll see how many touches price, basically price how many times price touched in a certain level, and then I'll do from the body to the wick is where I mark up the zone. So this is real quick. I mean, obviously I would take a lot more time on this, but I'm just kind of show you like more of an example. So how many times price touched an area, boom. And then, and this isn't even really accurate, but I'm just showing you what it would do, how I would do it. And then I'll have if I did it right, I'll have a buy zone and a sell zone. So zones will be right, in this area or this area, and then there'll be some like down here. So price buys is bouncing off of this zone, it's above here, and then price sells, it's retesting. It'll look for a retest off this zone and sell. But I have this, one of my favorite things here is this is called the SMA, the moving average, which is the 50, which is very popular, the 50 moving average. And it's pretty simple. When it's red, price is below it, and price is in a seller's market. And then when price is above this green line and it's, it actually had turned green, this is a buyer's market. So it's pretty simple. And that's number two. That's the thing that I look for. I'm trying to think what direction to go. Oh yeah, and then like I told you about the pivots, that's just price where price turns around at. As you see, it got pretty close to even when just marking the support resistance that off the fly like that, I got pretty close to the pivots. And now this is what this is where things get a little bit more complex, but it's really not that hard. So to use a fib retracement, what you do is go from a high to the low, and it's that simple. Once it breaks the 23.6 here, basically you're looking for three things. You're looking for the golden zone, which is the 6.8, the 50% retracement, which is basically Fibonacci, the divine ratio, which is, if you look it up, it's all within all of our everything as far as nature, within your palm print, within a rose. It's like the geometry, like this. I don't know how to describe it. It's like the perfect geometric level of nature. Like everything lines up. It's a whole thing. I don't necessarily want to go into it, but you can do some research on it. But that's that level, the psychological level in the market is 1.8, and 50% is very significant. So definitely take a note of that. You want to definitely be looking at that every time you mark up your chart. And then there's something else I do real quick. Now there's 8.86 and 7.8.6, which is the purple line and red line. These are normally no, I didn't want that. I wanted the horizontal raise here. That's normally called the supply zone. If you pull the fib from the top to the bottom, which is normally like a seller, like you're looking for sell, the supply zone is going to be in that 8.6, 7.8.6. If you do it the other way around, which I'll show you, I'll find one for you. It's going to be a demand zone. And another way to find a demand zone, the buyer on the other side of the buyers for finding the demand zone, which demand zone is, it's simple as far as supply zone and demand zone. Supply is a place where sales are lined up and people are looking to sell in the market. Buyers, as far as the demand zone, you have where people are looking to buy and buy orders are stacked up and people are looking to buy it. So that blue zone right here, my mentor showed me that those are normally the demand zones. You see the wick right here, and then you see pretty much the base, but it probably would be more so like this, like that. So as you see, a lot of buy orders there. I don't want to get too deep in this type of stuff, but let me see if I can find the other way for this. Yeah, so it's like that. Boom, you see how that wick is right on the 61.8, right at that psychological level I was telling you, the golden zone. It literally touched that zone and went right back up. Pulled right back into that zone and went right back up. That's just how this market works. And demand zone right there, you see that wick right there? That's the demand zone. And you see how the wick is right at the end there. That's the demand zone. Price touched real quick and pulled right back out of there. That's because there was buy orders lined up in there. And then, supply zone or whatnot will probably be here. But I don't do all that. I just kind of, I just do it according to structure, because you don't have to do it every time. But as you notice it with your support and resistance, mark it up, so. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. I don't want to get too deep into technical analysis, because you normally don't have to do all that stuff with the system. It's designed, obviously, to make it so you don't about to run out of time in 10 minutes. I didn't get to upgrade my Zoom thing because I don't do it a lot. But yeah, so it's just something to be aware of, especially on the higher time. I always do top-down analysis from the daily. As you see, we're in kind of more of a downtrend right now. On the daily, I do that, and then go down to the 4 hour. That's where I tighten everything up as well, and I just do it, you know, all the way down to the hour. I just kind of look at things and see where I'm at. Just trying to hurry this up so we don't run out of time there. But you know, I'll go down to the 15 minute. That's about as far as I'll go. So, you know, I encourage you guys, you know, based on that type of stuff that I showed you, just take a look at it. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do everything that I did, but I just, you know, I have certain knowledge of what I'm looking for, and I just take a look at it real quick. I'll do like the week before, I'll do like on a Saturday or Sunday, I'll mark up all my pairs that I usually trade, and then I'll just have them marked up, and then boom, I know what I'm looking at for the week. And I know when a signal comes through what I'm looking for. Like, I know that, okay, I'm not biased, but I know, okay, we're in a seller's market. You know, the trend is bearish. I'm not going to be looking for any buys when the signals come through. If it comes through, you know, normally they don't on a 15 minute with the signals, but I know I'm not looking for, like, if a buy signal comes through on that pair, I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. I'm just going to wait for myself. Now, unless we're, you know, doing, it's like a reversal or a certain pullback or certain something where I see it makes sense, then yeah, but it doesn't really make sense to me, you know, to really trade against the trend. I don't, you know, the momentum is against you at that point. So that's just me. Before we get off, anybody have any questions of what I showed you guys? Anything else? You know, any questions in general? Feel free to ask. This will definitely be the time, because we got about like 7 minutes before it shuts us off. So, well, actually, we got like 3 minutes. This is recorded as well, so you can always go back. But anybody have any questions at all?
On the tool, what 3 pairs are you having the most success with?
Oh, great question. Let's go. Let me take you into the history. Let's see. So this is just some other signals I took, but definitely gold. I'll definitely tell you gold for sure. GBP, JPY. Bitcoin is pretty good. Sometimes it disappoints me, but I haven't been having much success with DJC. I had in the beginning I did, but for some reason it doesn't seem to be hitting as good. Yeah, so I'd say Bitcoin, GU and GBP, not Bitcoin, gold, GU and GBP, JPY, and then to throw an extra one in there, it'd be Bitcoin. So you gotta be careful with Bitcoin. You gotta take your profits out of there. That thing is insane.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, sir. No problem at all. Anyone else got any questions? And yeah, like I said, I recommend the 15-minute. Looking at the hour, I forgot to say this. Looking at the hour on TradingView, and then having the 15-minute charts. Having this 15-minute chart on the tool for your signals. And then you can throw an hour chart in there, you know, kind of see what rate it gives you. But I normally just have 15 minutes. So, and then you look at do your top-down analysis on TradingView that way. And that's how I've gotten the most success. So, to be honest, so anybody else have anything? You don't need a ton of indicators or anything. You see, I didn't really have a lot of indicators. If there's any indicators that I would use, would be maybe a MACD or stochastic. But other than that, we can go into that a little later. But you don't really need them. Not with this, you don't. So I got the 200 on here. That's about it. All right, guys. Well, I got less than a minute, so if we don't have any more questions,
Thank you, Jay.
Absolutely. Feel free to get at me in the chat in the Telegram. You can send me a message or put it in the group, and I can definitely answer what we didn't go over. But other than that, I appreciate you guys and God bless you. And thank you for being
Thank
on. Happy trading, guys.
God bless. Thank you.
We'll do this again sometime. We'll be live.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely. All right, blessings. Robert came a little late.